Write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form when given 2 points. For question number 3, we're given the points -1, 12, and 4, -8. So to write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form, we need to write it in the form y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. We want to remember that our equation for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So slope is the change in y over the change in x. The first step to writing the equation in slope-intercept form is to find the slope, find the m. Let's do that now. M is equal to -8 minus 12 over 4 minus a -1. Let's rewrite that. -20 over 4 plus 1. And that's going to reduce to -20 over 5 is equal to, and here we have a negative divided by a positive, so that's -4 is our slope. Now that we have our slope, we can use it to find our y-intercept. So we will plug in -4 for our slope, m, and we can choose either one of these points. Let's choose the second point. We'll use x is equal to 4 and y is equal to -8. And by plugging those three values into the equation, we can solve for b, the y-intercept. Let's do that now. So our y is -8 is equal to -4 times x, which is 4, plus b. -8 is equal to -16 plus b. Now we want to isolate the variable b by moving the -16. We can add 16 to both sides of the equal sign, and we'll get 8 is equal to b. So we have our slope m is -4. We have our y-intercept b is equal to 8. And now we can plug those values into the slope-intercept form, and we get y is equal to -4x plus 8. I'll put a box around that. Number 4, we are given the points 5, -8, and -7, 0. So we're going to go through the same process. First we're going to calculate m, and m is equal to y2, 0, minus y1, -8, over -7, minus x1, 5. Let's go ahead and simplify. So we'll get positive 8 over -12 is our slope, and we can reduce this by dividing by the greatest common factor, which is 4. 4 divides into 8, and 4 divides into 12. So we'll get 2 over -3. And that's our slope, 2 over -3. Now that we have our slope, we can use it to plug it into our equation. And we will use this second point again because it has a 0. So if we plug in our y is 0 and our x is -6 into this equation, along with our slope m, we can solve for b. Let's do that now. Y is equal to 0 is equal to 2 over -3 times x, which is -7, plus b. So now we need to multiply these two numbers, and we'll get 0 is equal to -14 over -3 plus b. And I got -14 because I multiplied the numerator 2 times -7 That's negative 14. And our denominator is a 1. So we have negative 3 times negative 1. It's negative 3. Now let's go ahead and reduce this fraction. We'll say 0 is equal to positive, because we have a negative divided by a negative, is positive 4 2/3 plus b. And now we are going to subtract. Let's go ahead actually and reduce the 4 2/3 further. Put it in a calculator. 3 divided by 3. So this is going to reduce to 0 is equal to 4.6 plus b. And if we want to isolate the variable b, how I got 4.6 is I took 2 divided by 3, and that's 0.6666, and I added it to 4, so I get 4.6 if I round it. And now I'm going to subtract the 4.6 from both sides of the equal sign, and I'll get negative 4.6 is equal to b. So now I have my slope and I have my b, and I could plug it into my equation, and I'll get y is equal to negative 2 over 3 x minus 4.6. That's my equation, and I'll box that.